Storms could produce some heavy rains, possible tornadoes. Meteorologist Alexandra Cranford is standing by with his weather impact alert. That tornado warning is over now, right?
It has ended. We've had a couple of them issued earlier this evening, and now we're looking at things quieter, if you could call a line of strong thunderstorms quieter, but at least the warnings are not in effect at this point. There is still a tornado watch out until 7 p.m. and clearly the line is moving in, and some of you are experiencing some very heavy rain, lots of lightning, some gusty winds across the North Shore. It's getting very close to Kenner and the western part of our New Orleans metro area spots, and then of course continuing farther south. It has now passed just to the east of Thibodaux and arriving at Homa for the southern part of this line. Heavy rain. I've been sampling some of these hot pink segments, which have been showing near 6 or so inches per hour. So there is some really heavy rain embedded in this line. However, it's moving so fast. We're not expecting flooding to be a big issue. There's some lightning as well. So places like Picayune, Slidell, you're just about to start seeing the rain really pick up. Also along the causeway, the northern end, very heavy rain. And now just edging into New Orleans, we have some light rain, but the heavier rain is approaching. I think in about 20-30 minutes, we'll see it for the city of New Orleans. So within that time, it will progress from Kenner to Metairie to New Orleans, and of course, rolling along the West Bank in the eastward direction as well. And then farther south, we're seeing the rain, as I was saying, around Raceland and Des Allemands, now just to the east of Thibodaux. And we are expecting our timeline, again, to bring it to New Orleans within about a half hour. So getting very close to when we will have the rain coming down on these many people, of course, in the city for Mardi Gras. Hopefully people can get to a safe spot before the rain arrives. But at this point, at this moment, we don't have active tornado warnings. Of course, we'll let you know if any more warnings get issued. But I have been noticing the line is pretty linear and pretty stable at this point. So if it can continue like that, that would be great. But can't rule out a couple more segments maybe starting to rotate as we head through the rest of this evening.
Alexandra, thanks so much. We know you're going to keep track of it for us. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Now, right now, the weather is getting bad in some other parts of Southeast Louisiana.
But the weather was not enough to stop people from celebrating Mardi Gras today. Amelia Strahan joining us now live from Bourbon Street, where people are still out enjoying themselves. Amelia?
Yeah, absolutely. The party is still going on here on Bourbon Street, and I think we're kind of experiencing the calm a little bit. About 30 minutes ago, it was really 15 minutes ago, we started to see some rain, and it calmed down a little bit. You can see not as bad as about half an hour ago. People here on Bourbon Street, we're not seeing any rain. After the rain, we did see the crowd thin just a little bit. As you can see right now, it's also hopefully soaking up, the last few hours of Carnival. It's this kind of wind that is what caused today to not go quite as expected. The two biggest parades, Zulu and Rex, rolled with earlier start times and shorter routes and no marching bands. So, even though there were some changes to Carnival in true New Orleans style, people are still celebrating. Now we are keeping an eye on the wind. We're keeping an eye on the weather. The temperature feels like it's dropped maybe a little bit. It's a little cooler than it was. But as of right now, we're still looking pretty dry. So, and as I say that, there come the raindrops. So, we'll be monitoring things here, and we will keep you updated to see if these people or if they decide to head inside. A little bit. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Amelia.
Undoubtedly, you are the first dollhouse building, banjo playing, chicken raising Rex we have ever had. Please, with all of you within range of my voice, join me in raising your glass or pumping your fist in a toast to His Majesty Rex, King of Carnival 2025, Edward Hal Crosby. Hail Rex! Hail Rex!
It certainly was a memorable Mardi Gras for Rex. After toasting his reign, Rex traveled through New Orleans to the applause of thousands of revelers.
Our Meg Ferris caught up with Rex to talk about what this day meant to him.
Good morning, Meg.
Good morning, Your Highness. A quick moment. This is an exciting day.
Very exciting.
And
so glad to be riding.
And why did you get up on the tractor?
Long story, but when I was a kid, I'd see the float coming down, and I never dreamed I'd be Rex. I thought one day I could drive the tractor for Rex, so it was an inside joke we had about the tractor.
But someone who helped start Pro Bono Publico, I mean, and all the time you've given to the community, you had to know that one day maybe you'd get this honor?
No, I mean, there's so many people in Rex that do so much, and we don't do it for the honor, we do it for our communities. And if the honor falls your way, it's wonderful, but nobody goes into it looking for anything other than helping the community.
And any last words before you get on to all your loyal subjects?
As I say, have fun, be safe, be kind to everybody around you, and never ever cease to love.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Well, the king and queen of Zulu were up extra early to get ahead of today's windy weather, and it was a beautiful morning for the parade.
It really was. It was really nice out there. King Zulu says he was honored to represent a historic tradition.
King Zulu, your day should be glorious and a wonderful one. Hail, hail.
Thank you. On behalf of the Zulu Associated and Pleasant Club, I'm King Zulu 2025, Rodney P. Mason Jr. To the Gertrude Willis family, it's such an honor to be amongst you all. I'm truly humbled by this historic establishment. This is where we always will pass this place. This is where it all started. From King Zulu Joseph Miso Sr., King Zulu Joseph Miso Jr., Ernest Moss, and Joseph K.O. Johnny Matwai. The guys that started this organization gave this opportunity for you all to continue the organization. I am 109 King of Zulu. All hail Zulu, happy Mardi Gras.
Hail Zulu! Hail Zulu!
Those on the North Shore also enjoyed Mardi Gras Day festivities. Parades rolled through Covington this morning.
Eleanor Tabone was there. She brings us the story from the North.
The parades rolled earlier than scheduled out here in Covington today because of the severe weather threat, but that did not stop the parade goers from heading out to the route. Here in Louisiana, it's probably one of the most colourful days of the year.
We're with family and the kids wanted to come, they love it.
Mardi Gras Day. On the North Shore, families line the parade route in Covington.
They're so important. My parents always took us to Mardi Gras. You know, we used to go to like the truck parades in Metairie. We would come to the ones in Hammond, things like that. And it was such a special time for us, and I'm so glad I could share that with my kids too.
The parades did roll earlier than normal because of the forecast bad weather.
We were really nervous about the weather.
Parade goers say they're thankful the parades weren't cancelled, giving them one more day to enjoy Carnival with their families.
Since it only moved up a little bit, we just had to get up a little earlier. There's a whole lot of people out here, especially with the change in time and weather and everything. It's a pretty good atmosphere.
While plenty of beads were thrown and then caught, those at the parade say the best part of today wasn't about how many throws they got, instead about what they already had. Family.
I get to hang out with my family, with my friends. I get to see my son march in the parade today with the Master's Touch drumline. I'm excited about that.
For all your weather coverage, you can download the WWL TV app, where you'll also find a recap of today's Mardi Gras coverage. In Covington, Eleanor Tabone, WWL, Louisiana.